Hi, I'm Neil Sackmary.
Hi, I'm State Trooper Sean Hagstrom with the Nevada State Police Highway Patrol Division, PEIO. Please stay tuned for the next episode of Trooper Talk.
And together, we can make a difference. Here we are live at the 360 Vegas studios with this edition of Trooper Talk. You might recognize the gentleman on the ends, but the gentleman in the middle, he's been here many times.
Sure.
He came here on the 150th show. He comes here on the 200th show. A great friend of the show. And we appreciate every time that you come because you provide such a helpful insight, because so many people are in your area now driving on these roadways from Mesquite and Pahrump and all this type of stuff that, there's speeds, and these people need to know that there's somebody there watching. Please introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Sergeant Chakowski. Thanks, Neil, by the way. Sergeant Chakowski. I'm currently assigned to the Prim District, and then also like motors as well.
Okay.
Look at this.
So this was the 2025 SOAR Awards winner, and that's SOAR stands for Safety Officer Award Recognition.
Yes.
This is going to come out a little bit later. We're just waiting. You're the first to hear about it.
Yes.
Actually, your show.
Exclusive, John.
Yeah, exclusive.
Like exclusive for your photo, John.
Yeah, yeah.
news.
So we're waiting for the organization to actually announce this to media and everything.
Yes.
Before I put it out in media. We're possibly gonna have a video, but Trooper Donaldson, Sergeant Donaldson and Trooper Kincaid. Sergeant Donaldson rolls up on a vehicle crash. I think it went into a house or wall, something like that.
I think it's a wall.
The wall, the car caught on fire. Persons couldn't get out of the vehicle. Shortly after Kincaid gets there, after Donaldson's at the car, attending to get these people out, and they ended up getting both these persons out before the car was in flames. You know what I mean? So they're heroes in that sense that they saved 2 lives, and this is what they got the SOAR award for 2025 here in the Las Vegas Valley. So, and we have so many followers for Sergeant Donaldson because he is a true hero. I mean, the guy is tremendous, and him to save 2 lives with Trooper Kincaid is phenomenal, and that's our major holding the award right there. And I wanted to share it on the show.
Yeah.
You're the first to see
fantastic.
it, and it's we're very proud of him, and it's going to be coming out here pretty soon. I got everything ready to go. We're just the major wants the actual organization to put it out first, and then we'll follow up after that. So, but I wanted to share that today with Trooper Talk.
So the captain comes on. We've never had Trooper Kincaid.
We haven't. No.
We haven't had him come on. So
we could probably get him on here.
We
Yeah,
got to
absolutely.
figure out to do that.
Uh-huh.
The major and the captain.
Captain West has been on here, and Captain Carell, we just had her.
We just had
She was
her.
great.
She was fantastic.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And Sergeant Donaldson. You know what I mean? I mean, not that you're all not legends. You know what I'm saying? But this guy is like a legend. You know what I'm saying? And so we love the fact of that there are specific people that work for Nevada State Police that have different passions to do different things. And, the way that he goes out and does the, with the DUIs and you know what I mean, and all this type of stuff.
He mentors these young troopers
It's
and molds them into what we want, Nevada's finest out there, protecting our community and getting those DUIs off the road.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
tremendous. And that leads me to the next question, which is that, in your position as a sergeant, you know what I mean? We've had conversations off air and, on air that, you take that very seriously. That there are people that work underneath you that, have lives and all this type of stuff, but that, you're there for them. And you're there for them because the leadership of Nevada State Police is there for you. And so at any time you could call any one of them and say, I have a question. You know what I mean? Can you help me with this? And so one of the things that's really wonderful, and when I see stuff like this, is the leadership of the Nevada State Police is there. And not only they're there, but, I don't know what it's like to save a life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see it on the TV, and then I've watched it a few times, on the live program, where like an officer comes there. It just so happened that last week somebody drove into a tree in their car, right? Being chased, right? And in the back of his pickup truck were canisters of propane, right? And so what happened was, when he hit the tree, the car started to catch on fire underneath, and so it starts burning. And then the officer comes there, and he takes his thing, and he's starting to smash the window to. He's not thinking about himself. He's not thinking that I'm putting myself at risk. No, like, when you become an officer, when you become a state trooper, you do these type of things. And so it comes into the training, and it's a very, very special thing. And so I can only imagine, from a human standpoint, psychologically, I was a volunteer firefighter, and you know what I mean? Like, when that happens, you take on this responsibility, and it's nothing in comparison to what you guys do. But I can only imagine, and so it's really commendable. And so to be a sergeant makes you feel good. You know what I'm saying? And when we show the videos and stuff like that of everything that you're doing, even when you're not here, we're still talking about you. You know what I'm saying? It's very special. And that's one of the special things that I love about the Trooper Talk, is to be able to share these type of things that normally is not ever shareable, because no one's able to just sit with you and just have a conversation and just say, tell me what's on your mind right now. So tell me what's on your mind.
Tell me what. Yeah, I mean, that was a long.
See, and I got him to laugh. You know what I mean?
You got him draw a blank.
Right,
yeah.
Threw him off.
Yeah, I think just just kind of reinforcing that we're human, the people that we're stopping are human, and there's some extremely challenging times. We even nowadays are kind of with different things going on culturally, that some challenging times, and I think everyone kind of needs to just to take a step back and just kind of chill out for a minute, and when we talk about the driving, or just the upticks that we experience. I mean, fortunately, like Trooper Hagstrom said, we're down on fatals, but the just everyone kind of looking out, and I've talked about this before, I think, on the show, is that we there's a social contract, right? That both sides have to fulfill, the civilian side and the law enforcement side, where we'll treat you respectfully, and just the same, we want the civilian side to treat us respectfully as well. We're out there, we have a job to do, and we want to go home every night. And we prefer that. I mean, it would be great, if we could go a year with no fatals. That's we have pushed that campaign.
That's a dream.
That's zero fatalities, and and I think that that's what's great about this show is like you're saying, you get to actually sit down and have these conversations, and I think that's. It's pretty much the gist of it. I'd say. I think we need to just try harder at that. We'll try and get more. Lou or Trooper Villanueva will try and get more people on board, and we have to get to a point where we get a lot of these incidents. Where they're less frequent. Whenever. They're just less frequent in the future, and I mean that's the ultimate goal, and we kind of want everyone to go home at night, even including the civilian population.
And what I'm going to try to do, Neil, I think would be great is I didn't want to spill everything that happened with this, because I had it all written up like 3 different paragraphs to go to the press, and I don't want to really talk about it and ruin it yet.
Of course.
But one of the things I do want to do is maybe we can get Trooper Kincaid and have him tell the actual story.
Yes.
I think it would be better
I love
coming from somebody that actually saved that person's
I would
life
love that.
That was
and
there,
have
yeah.
them on the show rather than me speak on it. But I did want to bring this to attention because this is something that we want to come back to. You know what I mean? But with one of those guys.
So let's do that.
Okay.
Let's plan that for a future show.
Sure.
And that's very important. And these are the type of people that we're looking for, right? Like, again, we never want anyone, a civilian or a trooper, to ever not be on the planet anymore, not be able to go home to his family or her family or anything like that. But we know that when it comes to everything that you do on a daily basis, that you are putting your life on the line every single solitary day that you're working. And it's not because of you, but it's because of the badge, right? And so for someone to go and risk their own life to save someone else, or you know, it's something that is it's something that you can't teach. It's something that the person has, and so I always come back to that. You know what you said to me, you know, months ago, right, when you first became the sworn recruiter, which was, let me tell you something. On the first day of the academy, they know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so when we had Corporal Wellman on and Corporal McClarty, and we asked them the same question, and they go, on the first day of the academy, you know. Mm-hmm. And so it's very, very special. And it's a very special family relationship that you build. You know what I mean? And so I come back to the fact that, you know, the new officers that have come in and come on the show directly out of the academy, or, you know, just past field training, and, you know, like all these times, you know, they have such a respect for the command staff of the academy, right? And this is something that you're instilling in a person for the time before they even get to the academy. And sometimes people can finish early, right? Mm-hmm. And then not the academy early, but they can finish the background investigation and all that, so
right.
they can be learning and going in and working in on the cars and all that type of stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I consistently tell people that it's a very rewarding career for multiple reasons, right? It's rewarding in the sense that you get to help people, you make a difference in somebody's life. It's rewarding in the fact that you get to work with the really, really great people out on the roadways. I would say that every single trooper out on the road has this character in them and has this instilled in them from the academy. We try to tell, or at least the academy tries to tell the people, or the cadets, I'm sorry, that yes, this is your career, but this is about the public. We're worried about the public. We want to take care of the public, and we want to make sure that the public is safe, right? But also on top of that, we are making sure that each one of us is safe and that we are all going home at the end of the night. So it's a very rewarding career. It's a very serious career, and there's a lot of responsibility that comes with it. It's not like you're working at Subway, and no shame to Subway, right? But you're not working at Subway learning how to make sandwiches and then that's it, right? There's so much that goes to this, so much training, so many policies that you have to know and remember, so many equipment and different things that you have to learn how to use.
Look at this,
Thank you.
over 2 hours.
Yeah.
What do you think
Wow.
of that?
Right.
I know. Well, this is what happens when you come on.
Yeah.
All right, we'll wave right there, okay? See you later.
Bye, guys.